U.S. agencies are defying a court order blocking President Trump's ban on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at businesses and organizations that contract with the federal government. These groups, along with the city of Baltimore, telling a judge that federal agencies are continuing to threaten contractors with loss of funding if they do not sign contracts with anti-DEI language.
All right, you know him, you love him. We're bringing him back in. Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes to break this down. So the judges said, okay, we got to put a temporary restraining. Let's pump the brakes on this. But the Trump administration says, no, ignore that. Keep on pushing. You can't do that, can you?
The system only works if we all, follow the orders, right? If judges only speak through their orders, so let me start with that. Judges may say a whole lot of stuff from the bench. They can talk you down, they can dress you down, they can make you feel bad about yourself, but it's only what they type on that paper and hand to you and enter into the system is the actual order. And historically, typically, you will follow, you will obey an order. If you don't like an order, guess what? You can be mad about it. A judge rules against me, guess what I say in court? Thank you, Your Honor. Have a nice day. Because I have an appeal. I can always say, I didn't like what that judge said. I'm going to go file an appeal. And then if I don't like what this next set of judges say, because typically it's the Court of Appeals, guess what? I can file another appeal. But what I absolutely cannot do is just say, you know what? As these folks are alleging they've done here, oh, that judge's order is irrelevant. Don't even listen to that. That's kind of not normal. Typically, you follow a judge's order, and that's basically the only way this whole system works. If a judge orders you to go to court, you're supposed to come. It's called a subpoena. You got to appear. If you just decided today, you know what, they were just recommending that I show up, they didn't really want me to come here, our whole system falls apart. It only works if we all follow the processes that we have in place, specifically that checks and balances of each part of and branch of our government checks the other one.
I know this is specifically about the anti-DEI policy here, but I feel like whether you agree with Trump's his administration's issues that are happening right now with DEI and everything else that we've been talking about this morning, whether you're for it or against it, I feel like people and business owners they got one foot in and one foot out on, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know if I'm supposed to fire my employees. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep continuing with DEI at my workplace, because all these lawsuits are just continuing to be up in the air. I don't feel like most people don't know where they stand. It's just an uncomfortable middle ground right now.
I think that is an excellent point, Jason, so I can hit on it from a couple points. First of all, when you're attempting to look at this specific case, they're hitting on First Amendment stuff, saying that's the argument, that because you're telling me what I can put in there and what I have to put in there, now you're encroaching on my First Amendment rights to speech, to be able to write and say things that I want to say. But in terms of how businesses that deal with the government, that contract with the government, how they're handling it, it's a mixed bag. And I got a number of perspectives. I sit on a number of boards that are trying to figure out, well, how do we operate in this space? My wife actually works in DEI in corporate, so I listen to the things that her company is attempting to do. That's a Fortune 500 company, how they're attempting to address this space. And I can say that even from a corporate perspective, not just her company, but all companies are kind of in that weird position where they don't know what to do. And so they're either going to be actively aggressive in listening to what the Trump administration is saying, or they'll do this, we'll continue to do our spirit of the DEI initiatives. We won't have anything that talks in or addresses DEI, but we'll say that we're consistent with what we were already doing, the nature and the spirit, that diversity by nature will get better people in the room. And even if we don't have the numbers on the paper, we will still be looking for diverse folks. And so while I can understand and appreciate that, we were doing that before and it didn't work. And so what I can tell you is that there are folks that are in a really weird place. Specifically, if you contract with the government, you're getting mixed signals, not from the courts. The courts are pretty clear that there needs to be a slowdown, there needs to be a pause. But from the Trump administration, they're attempting to go full steam ahead, even though the courts are saying some of this stuff you can't do.
Khalif, you mentioned if a judge tells you to show up to court, you don't show up, you get a bench warrant, you have to go, the police will come get you. In this instance, though, when the administration doesn't follow a judge's orders, what are the repercussions?
The quick answer would be that a judge won't have the president of the United States come to court, but he typically would have an administrative head come. And so if I give you an order to do something and you're failing to do it, the judge's next step will say, hey, I need you to have a show cause. Bring the director here. Bring whoever's in charge of this organization here and have them come and tell me why they're not following my order. And that's probably what's going to happen next.
All right. Our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes, earning his paycheck as he normally does. The advice that he gives legally is not free. You're going to have to contract him elsewhere, but we have him on retainer, and that's why he gives the news to us. Khalif, we appreciate it.